Isn't it amazing how one person can be so well-versed in so many things? He's an actor, he's a media personality, and now he's a chef, he cooks. It's crazy.
He never fails to amaze me, but yeah, it's so exciting to have him here today.
Well, it always is great to have Somizi in the show, but another great thing we have today is chocolate. We're celebrating everything chocolate, and everyone loves chocolate, and with it being World Chocolate Day, we thought we'd bring you something extra special. But before we get into the amazing recipes we have in tune or in store for you today, we thought why not give you a chocolate masterclass where we will be showcasing everything that chocolate has to offer. Talking about chocolate, Jay, we've got chocolate, white chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, a newly found thing I heard of, ruby chocolate. There's cocoa nibs, cocoa powder. Yeah. Break it down for us.
This is the wonder of chocolate. So many different offerings. But you know what? To me, chocolate is surrounding us everywhere, but not everyone knows where chocolate actually comes from.
And that's why you are here.
So, chocolate actually comes from a fruit, right? And the cocoa tree basically grows all along the equator where it's nice and warm and humid. So places like Ivory Coast, Tanzania, here in Africa. Brilliant, amazing chocolate. And it comes in these sort of like rugby-shaped pods. Gigantic. You know, I wish we had one here to show our viewers today. And you have inside there these little jewels, sort of white pulpish kind of fruit. That's what they dry out and ferment to make the cocoa bean.
You know, I never knew that it gets fermented. I actually just thought it was something that gets dried and roasted. I didn't realize that I actually have to ferment it because that's what develops the flavor. Because most people think that it's just like how you do with most things where you just freeze dry it and that is the flavor on its own. So it gets fermented and then it gets roasted, and all of those processes, those steps are what brings us to what we've had.
Exactly. And so before we go into all the other forms of chocolate, so I'm just going to go show you the viewers quickly. So we've got our cocoa butter over here. And we've got our cocoa nibs in the left here. So these are two of the main products that get made in the chocolate making process. So the cocoa nibs will be further processed to make the actual cocoa or the actual chocolate, and the cocoa butter will be used for different processes like making the white chocolate or used in health products and beauty products as well. Now, to me, one of the things that people generally don't know is that you get sort of two different types of chocolate. You get curvature, which contains the actual cocoa solids, right? And then we also have something called compound or baking chocolate. And I'm going to pass you this compound chocolate here. So give it a taste. So you still get that chocolatey flavor because it does still contain the cocoa butter. But they also put in there some vegetable oils and some milk powder. So it changes the taste a little bit. So that's just the... But you know what? Actually, the quickest way you can recognize this, right? The curvature will always have a shimmery, glossy finish to it. And you'll see the compound chocolate generally tends to have a dullish look to it. So that's already the first telltale.
Private school.
Hey, private school, shame not so. Don't take it there. But have a try of that and you can taste that the cocoa really comes out.
You know me and chocolate. I can never say no to chocolate.
After they've extracted these two ingredients, basically the remnants or the byproduct of that gets dried further, ground into cocoa powder. And that's why you sort of don't get that intense chocolate flavor with cocoa, but there's still a lot of jam-packed, goodness in there. And it just speaks to the process of chocolate making. There's very little waste.
Now, after the break, we'll be starting off on a delicious recipe. I don't want to tell you what it's about, but we'll be showing you all things chocolate after the break. And when we come back, we'll be showing you how to use these chocolate ingredients and some of the recipes we'll be making. So stay tuned.